Welcome to another episode of Hey Honey. This is episode 4. Is it?
Yeah.
Episode 4. We do have a guest here, a day in blessing, one of our favorite couples.
Hey Honey.
That's right. That's right. That's right. We have a real life guest with us. This ain't no, yeah, but we've been knowing a day in blessing for a while now, and their relationship is beautiful, and we're hoping they can, have this conversation with us, this live conversation with us, and hope you guys enjoy it. You guys want to introduce yourself?
You wanna go first?
I'm Blessing.
There you go.
And I'm Ade. And where the shitboat is.
There you go. So Ade and Blessing are actually gonna get married here pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
So how's that going?
With the whole COVID thing, it's challenging.
Yeah, I bet.
It's challenging, but I think we're just ready to get it done and over with and eat cake, get drunk, and have fun.
You can't get drunk.
Aside from the whole COVID thing, talk about planning an African wedding.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
absolutely.
Talk about planning an African wedding without breaking the bank.
How many guests are you guys think you guys gonna have?
300.
Shit.
And that was us moving from 500 to 300.
Yeah.
Because family wanted
Yeah.
500. And it's like,
We were told our hall is too small.
so it's,
We saw the family. You think's gonna be there more? Like your
Yeah.
side of the family gonna be there more, or his side of the family gonna be there more?
We had to split it 50-50. It's 150 guests and 150 guests
Yeah.
on both sides.
Yeah, dang.
Wow.
Or else.
So we had during our wedding, we had to write a list
Mhm.
of like our guests and stuff like that. Jen obviously had only 10 people.
wow.
Yeah, everyone else.
Wow.
I made that 10.
Obviously, she had like 10 people, and I had like about
I have a
200
small
people.
family.
So yeah, that's why I asked that question. Like, whose side's gonna be them? But now, actually, when it came down to it, though, she did have a lot of people and stuff like that. And with the number of people being there, we had to like cut some people off, and all of that stuff.
You
all
still
that
have
good
more.
stuff. But I know that's exciting, man. We're really excited for you guys. I personally can't wait. I'm gonna be there with my babies, dancing, rooting my lady on.
Yeah, she walks down
and stuff like that. Yeah, as you guys know, it's always a beautiful thing. You took part in our wedding,
For sure.
so
That
it's
was dope.
it can be you. It's all about you personally if you want to make it, grand and fun, and if you want to make it stressful. I've seen some crazy brides, so so you can make it stressful or you can make it really fun. It's all about the end of the night, that last dance that you two get. Hopefully you guys have all the energy in the world to do that last dance. That's what I think. But yeah, so welcome to Hey Honey. We're getting to it straight up.
The new thing. That's what it says. Hey,
Oh,
honey.
man.
Alright, so my lady has been fascinated about this love language thing.
Yes.
So
I do so much research on that. Yeah.
I personally, I don't know if y'all know I'm straight out of the bush. I don't know anything about love language. So I was born in West Africa, so love language is the last thing I would ever think about.
Speaking about West Africa, shout out to Last Giddy one time.
That's right.
That's my shit. Shout out
That's
to Last
right.
Giddy.
Woot woot.
So there are 5 love languages. There's words of affirmation, words of quality time, receiving gifts, act of service, and physical touch. So which love language do you think you are and why?
Ooh.
Start with Blessing.
I'm gonna go first. I was gonna say. I don't know. This is gonna sound very bougie. I'm not bougie. That's straight up. As I hold the wine up, I'm not bougie. Trust me. Gifts. Gifts. I think because if somebody cares for you, it's not a matter of saying it, it's a matter of also showing it. and as gifts, a lot of people think, oh, you know, a car or jewelry. No, it doesn't even have to be something like that. It can be something simple like a rose as you're coming home. You know, just saying, hey, I thought about you at work today. You know, even stuff like that. And then I think you have, it's 2, right? Or is it 3? It's 2 main ones and then 1 third one?
Yeah, you can have a primary one
and a secondary, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I think my other one...
They're like,
I don't know anything about this. Hey, honestly,
what's the other one?
I really
Okay,
do wish I knew a lot
words of
about this, but I don't.
affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, act of service, and
Acts of service is my other one. Again, I think it's that matter of if you love someone, if you care for someone, you're gonna want to see them not stressed. You're gonna want to see them relaxed. So if there's like dishes in the sink and you're like, okay, you know what? Obviously they cooked dinner, they're stressed out. Let me just wash that dish. You know, it's little stuff like that where you can do, and you're just like, you know, that helps a lot.
So that's like an act of service.
Yeah, act of service and gifts. That's mine.
I know nothing about act of service. I don't even know what that
it's
means.
like washing the dishes.
Yeah, like you're doing something for the person.
Like for your
Something
partner.
that
Yeah, doing their homework if they're stressed out. You have an exam coming up.
Okay. All right, then. What do
Help
you
them study.
think about this conversation? I don't know.
Like, what's your primary and your secondary and why?
Trust me, I'm not enlightened in that topic. But I will say for a fact that in reference to love is the feeling you feel you have never felt before. And regardless of how you do best to try to express that language, so long as it's coming from the heart, that's the most important thing. Because think about it this way, if gift in quote is the love language, if it's not coming from the heart, then it's useless. If acts of service is the love language and it's not coming from the heart, then it's useless. It's like, why wash the dishes because you feel compelled to, not because you really want to.
Right. So like just doing things
Straight from the heart.
like just like okay, like it's not like, oh man, I like drag about it, like, oh man, I gotta do this.
Exactly.
You know, like, yeah, that's real.
I think sometimes too, like backing off of what you just said when it comes to like the love language, we tend to try to show people love how we want to be loved, not how they want to be loved.
Right.
You know,
be opposite.
Exactly, because you know, you may like words of affection, which I know you like. I know your love language. I know. You like words of affirmation and affection, right? You want to hear I love you. You want the words of it, right? Whereas I want the, you know, go do this for me, not in a mean way. But I can't come to you and try to show you love by you know what I mean, by doing something for you, because that's not really gonna show anything to you.
Right.
I have to use your love language. I have to say, hey, you know, I love you, I'm thinking of you. So then you know, hey, you know, yeah, you know, she really cares. But if I just come at you with my love language, you know, like, what's wrong with this crazy person? Why is she always washing dishes? I didn't ask her. You know what I mean? Like, it's just...
Yeah, that's true.
It just comes down to knowing the person.
Exactly.
Right?
Dang, that's real. That's real. I mean, I've really never thought about it. You know, I just move how I move. You know, but for me though, I try to like study my partner in a way, and making sure I know what she likes, and not just what she likes, just showing it through actions. I guess just like I know she likes more of like, oh, not the whole, hey babe, I love you, and da-da-da. She likes more of like action. Like if you showing action, she would appreciate that more than me just always texting her, hey babe,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about you and I love you, and da-da-da. She thinks that's cool. But that's just how she is. She's like a tomboy. Take a drink.
Yeah, in my sweatpants.
Chug the whole wine.
Well, my love language, I tend to gear more towards physical touch and act of service. So, like, yeah, what he said. So.
You little freaky little girl.
No, that could be holding hands. That could be holding hands. Why are you standing?
Yeah, I'm like, what? You're low. You know what I mean? What?
If anything, just touch. Oh my goodness.
Just holding hands.
or touch the hands on
Yeah,
the knees.
talk about holding hands. You have to hold hands right.
Oh, what? How do you
There's different
I
ways to hold hands.
can hold your hand like this,
Right.
and at the same time I can hold your hand like this.
There you go. There's moments. You're
Right.
right. You're right.
Yeah.
There's moments on that.
So holding hands, we get it. That's okay.
Yeah. Is that all the physical touch you talking about? What you talking about?
You know it's a little bit more.
I can do the little things and then more.
Yeah, you know.
I know how she rock. Oh man, that was great.
Okay, what's yours?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I thought I already said it. Just
No,
like,
you told me. Oh,
man,
you listen to me.
man, I don't know. Words? Nah, I'm not really too good with my words. Quality time.
That's my secondary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say act of service. That's more of action.
Mhm.
You know, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I say number 4, act of service. I guess that's me.
That's him,
I don't know anything else. Yeah, I'm a little terrible at that, but yeah, hey, comment below, let us know what you think, what your love language is. As you can see, a lot of men out there really don't know. So hey,
And you need to know.
you need
to know.
You need to know before you get married out here.
Right.
Seriously,
That
because
should just be wasting your time.
exactly. I mean, that's somebody you have to spend the rest of your life with, so you gotta like know them and stuff like that, and know what they like and what they want. So with that being said, we'll move right on to our next topic. What was the moment that you
Oh
knew?
my gosh, it's too funny.
What was the moment that you knew you were in love with your partner?
That's a good question. We're gonna start the other way then. We're gonna start the other way. Y'all don't look at us. They look
Y'all
at
all
us
guess.
like, no. This way. No, we're reversing the
Oh
clock.
man.
Okay.
Alright, Ben. When I knew I was in love, before I even asked her to get married to me, honestly, I just knew. It was just a feeling, just like going over to her house and seeing how she moved, you know, in her house. Like, she's more into, every time you texting her, she's like, oh, I'm cleaning, or oh, I'm at work, or like oh, I'm doing something with the kids, you know. So that just made me it just made it known to me, like, you know, that she's about that life, like that wife material life. It wasn't like, oh, I'm like, I'm out with the girls, or I'm out in, like, you know, getting my this and this done and this and that. It was just more often as a repetitive thing. Every week it was like, damn girl, do you ever have time to chill with yourself, you know? And I actually like that in a woman. It just flowed with me, right, with my energy and things like that, and what I've been looking for. So she just literally just, like, it was just love at first sight. I guess that's what people call it. So that's when I knew I was in love. That's when I knew I really like her, and stuff like that. So, and it just made it even more beautiful when we moved in together, and it was just compatible, you know. It was like negative and positive came together, boom.
Energy.
Exactly. So yeah, that's what I knew.
For me, it wasn't like an exact moment. It was like different events leading to that moment, basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Tell us one of them.
Alright.
Okay.
Let's go.
I'm curious.
Oh gosh. Well, first of all, because before he got back in my life and Jeremiah's life, my main focus with him was just about Jeremiah. So what I focused on was, how did he act with Jeremiah? What was his energy? Was he like giving effort towards him? So once I realized, oh yeah, he's every weekend he'll be like, oh, I'm taking care of Jeremiah. I'm like, okay. Instead of him doing other stuff, he wants him for the weekend. So that was a moment where I'm like, okay, he can be something, you know, worth, you know, be with. So another one was he took the time to like take me to places I like, because I just love going to movies, when that's like what I do in my spare time. So he will ask me, say, oh, do you want to go to the movies with him? I'm like, okay, sure. So going to movies and getting to know him, and so that was a moment. And and we connected through that. Another moment was basically physical.
Chemistry.
Here we go again. Bro, I told y'all.
Positive and negative met together.
That's important.
Here goes the
Well,
physical
I mean,
again.
no, that is
Here goes
important.
the physical,
It is.
yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
You in the
That was
physical.
important
It
to
is
me.
important.
Thank you.
You
So,
in the physical. All right, let's hear from our guests. Let's hear from you guys.
All right.
All right, the question
You wanna go
was,
first?
what was the moment that you knew you were in love?
He already knows this.
But they don't know.
Yeah, you
They
guys
don't
don't know.
Yeah, they don't know.
Yeah, you guys don't know either.
Yeah.
So I decided to start wearing contacts. Okay. Normally wear glasses. I'm gonna wear this. I'm gonna do this contact thing because I'm too chicken for LASIK. So let's just do contacts. So I got my first pair of contacts. Went to pick them up. Put them in my eye that day. I was wearing them around, feeling all cute, whatever. I went home. Time to remove the contacts. I could not find contacts. Y'all, I started like freaking out. I'm like,
Where
I'm
did
gonna
it
go.
go?
Exactly. I'm
You
gonna
got
go
lost in your
blind. I can't take this contact out. It's lost in my
Yeah,
eye.
it happens.
So I called the only one that I know. Okay, shoot, I gotta call somebody to come help me. So I call him. And I tell him like, oh my gosh, I lost my contact. It's in my eye somewhere. I don't know if it went back in my eye socket. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, this was like 2 a.m.
Yeah, literally.
2 a.m.
Because I was just getting off of work.
Yeah.
He was over literally in like less than 10 minutes.
Damn.
Sped over. Got there, helped me look at my eye. Come to
No
find out the
tickets.
contacts fell out in the bathroom a long time ago. But you know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, if you were willing to be there that quick just to make sure I was okay,
2 in the morning.
you know what I mean? You have to know that someone.
I was already sleeping. I was like, fuck. I don't think I ever driven that fast before. Too.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Damn,
That's a good moment.
yeah, that's hell no, I ain't waking up.
Bro,
Better get a magnifying glass.
This is why voice messages were created. This is why we created voice messages for, so we can get sleeps. Damn, that's what's up though. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, 2 a.m.
yeah.
So did you end up finding it and stuff?
No, well, it was already out.
Oh.
It was in the bathroom, and I guess when I was washing my face, it fell out, and I
Yeah,
didn't
but you
know.
were-
So the whole time I was like rubbing my eyeball trying to get this contact in, and that wasn't even in there to begin with. So
That's what's up, man. That's what's up today. You out here.
You showing up? You showing up?
Chill out quick.
1800 call addict.
man,
Hey,
Yo,
but
get up
learn.
1800 call addict.
Learn from that.
Yeah,
Learn from
you'll
that.
be
That's
your
big
quick.
key. That's big key. That's big key. Okay, Dave. So what was your moment?
Mine,
Yeah.
I'll say there were 2.
Okay.
So, the first time I ever met her,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if this is a guy thing, but if you meet the one, you're gonna feel this connection that you can't exactly explain.
It's a guy thing.
And it's a different kind of feeling that oftentimes you fight it, but it always comes back to hunt you. So, and the times when you just gotta let go and just let nature take its course. Just don't try to fight it.
When that moment did you let go? Like, what made you let go at that moment?
At that point in time,
Yeah.
I wanted to hold on so tight.
Yeah.
I never wanted to see her go.
Mm.
It's over time. There's this feeling that you feel like you know this person. You feel like you've met this person before. You can't explain it.
Right, right,
You can't understand it.
right.
But above love, above everything else, friendship is the most important part.
Absolutely.
And I figured out this person is my friend. And if you fall in love with your friend, no matter what happens, if that element of friendship is there, you're golden, you're solid. So I would say the very first time I met her, just from a conversation.
Yeah.
It was meant to be a date. We almost got kicked out because we were just playing.
Yeah.
The chemistry was just there.
Yeah.
1, 2. I mean, like you said, who wakes up at 2 a.m. to go help someone?
Man, who does, man?
The phone, I probably never told you, the phone
Yeah.
rang, and I picked it up and I'm like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, well, she has contacting her. It was
He
2
was
a.m.
sleeping.
Yeah,
You can tell.
right.
He was like,
One thing just went through my mind. I'm like, are you just gonna go back to bed and watch your friend suffer?
Right.
If it was someone else, I probably wouldn't give a shit.
Right.
I probably wouldn't pick up.
Right.
But I'm like, nah.
It's somebody who you
Something
like,
must
who
have
you
been
let
wrong
go.
2 in the morning.
Someone who's special,
Right.
I kid you not, you'll go to the end of the world and back for this person. That's what I
yeah.
Only to find out that there wasn't contacts in her eyes and she was fine. But
And
even
see,
till
if you wasn't
tomorrow,
gonna go there, she wasn't gonna fall in love with you. So
even till tomorrow, she still gets contacts lost in her eyes.
Oh my gosh, I got
it's
lost
the-
last night.
It's the most irritating thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why don't you just wear damn glasses?
Right, solve that problem.
Literally, it's like people. There's been stories people going blind from wearing contacts.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus, because literally when
He's
you
lost
hear
in
babe, I just know. Oh shit.
You gotta go dig in her eye.
Something just happened. But yeah.
You gotta go dig in her eye for contacts. Holy. Yeah, man, nah, I absolutely know what you mean. You know, actually another moment that I actually really carried me away about her was the fact that, you know, my religious belief. You know, there's a lot of people that you meet in this world that doesn't flow on that aspect of doesn't flow on that route of religious. You know, I'm very religious. I take, you know, my religion really serious, you know, and I'm at a point where it's like, man, I don't want nobody pulling me down. I really want to be into this. And that actually leads into our next question too, about what was one positive change that our marriage / relationship have had on me. So that just leads into the question of my religion. You know, she really took it with me. Like, she sat there with me. She was into it with me. She was like, you know, that aspect of life, like, just, it was just so beautiful. You know, just like, oh my God, this is one girl that actually, like, not about clubbing and things like that. That, you know, she took this serious. She took one side of me serious. You know, and not a lot of people do that. I've talked to a lot of girls, been about a relationship and things like that. Friday nights, or even any night, you know, Saturday nights, or even during the week, wouldn't want you to be reading the Bible. You know, they wouldn't want you to be, you know, preaching to them and things like that. They want to be doing what's out there in the world, right? So she really changed that about me. You know, she took me to a whole new level with just that, you know. So that just, it was just amazing. It was just amazing that when you find somebody like that, you know, that supports you in that aspect of your life. You know, especially I told her, I was like, you know what, I really want to rock this. I want to change my life for this. I don't want to do the things that I used to do. I was a terrible person, but you know, and she really flowed with it. And one thing you posted on Facebook, I forgot what it was. Do you remember?
Why'd you make that face?
About what? I post a lot of stuff.
You do post a lot of craziness. I did took it and put it on Twitter.
Oh, the one about change?
Change, yeah.
Oh, I can find it.
Yeah, I forgot about that. But why she looked for that? That just leads into our next question.
We didn't even answer that question.
What question?
That one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What was one positive change that your relationship have had on you?
Oh, you asking me now?
Yeah, she's nuts.
Okay, you guys go.
We're going
I
first.
said, yeah, you
We're
gotta
going first again.
Yeah. Well, he went first.
Positive change in my relationship has had on me.
Yeah.
I'm calmer now.
I'm calm.
Why'd you give me that look?
I'm calm.
He said no.
We're being honest, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I'm calmer now.
Absolutely.
I am.
No, that's
Explain. Go ahead.
that's really.
Now I want.
I don't know. You better tell me. How do I say this?
Use
like-
your words.
Thank you. A lot of times,
Like you're more at peace.
in a way.
Okay.
In a way.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of times when you first get into a relationship and things don't go the way that you want, or the person does something that kind of pisses you off, there can be times where you can just go off. You may not mean to go off, but then you
Right.
can just go off.
Right.
And that's the way I was. He's the total opposite. You can piss him off from today till tomorrow. Literally, the man will just sit here and
He's like me.
he will say anything.
Yeah.
Right? You can say, I'm just screaming, whatever, bang doors, just.
What's next?
For real, no, seriously.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I
absolutely.
find myself more like that now, where like if something irritates me, I'll just be like, you know what? I'm just gonna
Let's go chill.
bite my tongue. Let nature take its course. Once all of this is over, then we'll regroup and find out what we can do to make it better.
Absolutely.
So I feel like that's one way
Yeah, that's
it's made me better.
So that's a positive
Yeah,
change
that's
Yeah.
you've had. That's actually pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah. That's literally how she is. That's
Yeah.
literally how she is. She would
I'm
just
the-
sit there and just like.
I'm the sea and he's the thunder. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's one sea and there's one storm. Every relationship.
I'm like, hey.
With Jeremiah and him. I'm like, Jeremiah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I've learned to like calm down, calm the situation down, let it just roll its course. And there's always, she taught me there's always light at the tunnel when I've always like didn't care for that. Where's his light?
I don't want the light. I want right now.
Right.
It's dark right now. That's the issue. Let's solve that.
His light's taking too long.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I feel
So
it.
what's one thing for you at the end of the day that has brought change? Positive change.
Positive change. There's so many things. I will say one, patience. I'm not the type. Okay, so I learned that there are two times when one should be very careful with what they say and how they react. One, when they're upset or very angry. Two, when they're happy, very excited. But I don't mean this in a negative way. Alright?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
There's certain things. I mean, there's certain things that a partner will do.
Right.
It will irritate you. It will make you furious. It'll make you very angry.
Right.
And here's the thing. You guys are coming from two completely different backgrounds. You guys are coming from two completely different environments. And most importantly, you guys are two completely different people.
Right.
If you guys are the same, it'll be super boring. It'll be, picture dating yourself. It'll be
Annoying.
right?
Right.
There's no spark, there's no energy.
Right.
I mean, that's why I looked at her when she said calm. There's certain things that she will do, or like the slightest provocation, slightest irritation, and she'll just go off.
Boom. We're back. You go ahead.
Yeah, so as I was saying, I would say patience. Patience. There's just certain things that you just think about the sake of love, and then you just be like, you know, you love this person too much to overreact, so you just keep your calm. And I tell you for a fact, it is hard. It is hard because sometimes when you think about the cause of all the variables of the argument,
Right.
trust me, it's silly. Sometimes we sit down and we talk about it and we go, we really did argue about it. And I've just learned to be a lot more patient with her. And that's where it comes to understanding your partner. Like she said, I'm not the type to go off or yell at you,
Right.
or never ever would you hear me say a curse word
Right.
at you
Oh yeah,
when
dude.
I'm angry. Nah.
That's doing too much.
I learned to just sit down, breathe, and keep quiet.
Absolutely.
Not because you're stupid or because you do not know. Whether or not you're right or you're wrong, just be calm.
Yeah.
So I'll say for me, patience.
Patience. So do you think she has a lot of patience?
Be honest.
Be honest?
Yeah, no, that's why I said be honest.
She's not patient.
Okay. So she's a firecracker.
But oh.
I'm not patient.
So how does that how did that change you in a positive way? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like okay, like for Jen, she's patient, quiet, and stuff like that. And that changed me in a way of me being patient and quiet and things like that. But one thing that I know that rubbed off for me is being bold about things. I mean, she's already as bold, but like just talkative about things more. Like, you know, not being quiet anymore. Compared to when I first met her, it was like, you know, quiet. And I was like, girl, you better speak your mind, you know. And then now it's like, she's like, she speaks her mind about stuff like that. So I feel like that aspect of things rubbed off of me a little bit. So what do you think, like her being a firecracker rubbed off of you a little bit?
So her being a firecracker
Yeah.
rubbed off on me by making
Not
me
literally a firecracker, but you know
literally
what
a
I'm saying?
firecracker. Literally a firecracker. Now here's the thing. I can say comfortably,
Yeah.
my wife can be anywhere,
Yeah.
and I know she can defend herself.
Mhm.
She can kick ass.
Mhm.
Period.
Mhm.
So if I ever hear someone pissed her off, I'm running down there not because of her, but because of
The person.
Tell him sorry.
she go kick ass.
Yeah, right, absolutely.
She doesn't give a fuck.
Right,
If you disrespect her, she'll put you in your place. Period.
absolutely. Yeah.
Now, rubbing off on me, it has made me even more patient.
Right. Okay.
Cause say I was patient 80%.
Right. No.
That other 20% came from her, and it makes me 100% more patient.
Right.
And here's the thing, you understand more
Mhm.
when you just sit back, relax,
Right.
and listen.
Mhm.
Two, there we go. Listen.
Listening. Okay.
I am.
I try to teach my kids that.
I
Suck at it.
I have learned that wisdom
Yeah.
comes more from paying attention and listening,
Mhm.
and that way you
Hell yeah, it
learn.
does.
And then I iron sharpened iron.
Mhm.
If we were both firecrackers, then the kids are gonna suffer because
Yeah.
they're just gonna be a time bomb,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Now it's just like I said, dating yourself will be boring.
Right.
We have that kind of 50-50 balance.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah. It's
And then I'm
always-
starting to rub off on her because look at how calm she is.
Yeah. This says, like I said, I cannot read my wife's handwriting. She already writes like a doctor.
You said your girl?
No, she didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Sorry, my
Oh.
bad. Oops.
Oh, mine. I'm not gonna take long. Mine. It's just a positive change for me. Is he's like my cheerleader. I don't know if I'm trying to find a better term, but
Number one fan.
Number one
Yeah.
fan club, one and only. Jen Hyde. Jen Hyde.
She used the cheerleading.
Yes.
She skipped all the number one fans. Her cheerleaders.
yeah. So like
That's how you feel.
like for dreams I have, like sometimes I will like slack off or something, but then he'll remind me, oh, remember you gotta do this, you gotta do that. So he keeps me on track. So
That's good.
because I tend to like slack off.
Because, man, you know, the more,
We gotta push each other. So.
yeah, the more you push, I mean, it's just for the, I mean, we have kids now, so I feel like the more, you know, you push each other, the more it will benefit your kids.
Yeah.
You know, like, I was talking to one of my coworkers, and she was like, oh, something, her husband, something, they got divorced, and it's all because of, like, I don't want to put business out there, but it was just mostly of, like, her going 100 miles for her husband or boyfriend or whatsoever, but he wasn't going 100 miles for her. So that relationship ended. But for getting to know, if both partners go 100 miles for each other, it's not just going to benefit you guys, it's benefiting your kids. You know, and as much as I don't like to speak of death, but if I pass away, I want my kids to be in a good area, you know? Like, especially when she told me, like, you know, hey, I like going to, she likes school. I remember you told me about your graduation, when y'all was graduating or something like that. And I was like, oh, damn. Yeah, I was like, oh, damn, okay. This girl's graduating. I just graduated. Man, we both gonna have a good job. This is a power couple type of thing, you know. So it's like all of those are included. Like, what is she bringing to the table, and what am I bringing to the table?
Yep.
Right. Now it's like a partnership now, right? Because we have kids involved, right? So it's like if she's bringing a lot to the table and I'm bringing less, then it's like I'm depending on her on a lot of levels, right? And that can be a lot of chicken ladies in your relationship. If y'all don't know about that, you'll research that word.
And they can spell it.
Right? Urban Dictionary 101.
Chicken lady.
Hey, ask your friends, your neighbors. Ask your friends, man. Ask your African friends what chicken ladies means. Alright, so we'll just run into the next question real quick. I think this is a really, really good question, man. Did you pick this or did I pick it? It says, what was the last time I made you feel great about yourself? And how can I do that more often?
Oh, we go first?
I gotta think. So, whoever, if you have it, speak up. I gotta think.
You gotta think? What? Oh, sorry. Okay, last time she made me feel great about myself was, like I said, just me taking the journey to learn about the Bible and get closer to God. She is my number one fan when it comes to that. What I'm pursuing, even when it comes to my own business. Check us out, Tetris Pro. Promo. Yeah, she just makes me feel good about it and like makes me go harder and work harder, like and do more and become more. And there's levels of things, you know. Once you get into things, you can't just stick at the same level and be smooth about it. You have to keep on elevating. And with her around me and with the energy that she brings, it makes me, you know, always want to be into it, you know, and continue to learn more about it. So I think you should keep that up.
There's a saying I like where it says, once you're at the top, you can just stay there. You gotta keep going because there's always someone trying to get to where you are. Yep. So you gotta keep going. So
yeah. So that's one thing that she does that makes me feel great. Just continue to cheer me on in religious aspect of things and business wise aspect of things. So.
All right.
is it my turn?
Yeah, let me say what I have to say.
Oh, okay. For me it's usually my weight. So because I'm postpartum, so I'm trying to lose the weight.
What the hell is postpartum?
After baby.
Oh. Like, y'all
So-
start using
No medical terminology.
Sorry.
Layman terms.
Yeah,
But it's
man.
after you had the baby.
Yeah, you know. Postpartum. Okay, something new. Let me write this down. Go ahead.
So with my first child, Jeremiah, I was able to lose the weight fast. But now with Josiah, it's like I literally just lost a pound in like 3 weeks. I'm like, what? What is going on? But he helps me with my weight, with my diet, and he offered to take me to work out with me and stuff. So yeah, just recently. So.
Aw, look at you
Yeah.
getting all cuddly and things like that.
Okay.
That's sweet.
Yeah, that is. It's,
I didn't know
yeah.
that.
Very nice.
The little things. It's the little
Yeah.
The things that Hey Honey brings out.
things. And wine. Hey, honey, and wine.
And wine.
Yes, wine helps.
Oh man. All right, now you guys. What one thing?
Why are you looking at me? It's your turn.
It's going like this.
Oh.
I read
You
the
want me to
question
go first?
again.
You can't skip
What was the
yourself.
last
Say
time
Uno.
he made you you can't skip yourself? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
skip it. Come on.
What was the last time
Okay.
he made you feel great?
Last time, this morning. Literally, my life ever since I met my wife,
Yeah.
every morning is beautiful.
Oh.
I
You
and
guys
that,
are so corny.
that so
I'm just kidding.
She's so good.
literally,
Yeah.
it might sound corny,
Yeah.
but it doesn't stop the truth from being the truth.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Ever since I met my wife, I wake up every morning feeling happy.
Dude, would you singing a
It
song
is,
about that?
it is that feeling that you get when you wake up right next to your best friend and you're happy.
Yeah.
And then she can attest to it. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, morning sunshine.
Mm.
And she goes, morning baby. Just that feeling of waking up right next to your best friend
Mhm.
in the morning makes me happy.
Right. So that's just the mood for the rest of your day.
For the rest of the day.
Absolutely. That's what's up. I wake up in the morning, I'm like,
Daniel, bruh.
No, he's the one who wants to talk. When you first get up, I'm like, can I use the bathroom first? Someone needs to use the bathroom to talk.
Oh, it's too funny.
so that like that does that make you feel great about yourself?
It makes me feel happy.
Okay.
It makes
So
me feel
if
happy.
she wakes up in a bad mood, that change your mood?
See, for her to wake up in a bad mood means she had to slept in a bad mood.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And we try as much as possible to always avoid that.
Yep.
Even if it's an argument,
Don't
even
go
if
to
it's
sleep angry.
even if it's stress from work or stress from the environment, regardless of what it is, we always try as much as possible not to go to bed upset.
So what do you guys do when those moments happen? Like we talk about
We
it.
talk
or...
about it. I think it's and with the talking, because one thing that we've learned, you have to learn how to listen to the other person without assuming what you think they mean. That was a big thing for us. I think when it comes to talking, where he'd be saying something in my head, I'm already 3 steps ahead of you. I already finished the conversation and everything
Right.
for you.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of learning not to do that and really understanding where that person is coming from, and then taking time to speak before you, not to speak, but taking time to think before you speak, as far as a reply and a respond. Because they could say, okay, well, this is what you did to make me angry. In your mind, some people automatically get defensive, you know, but then when you take the time and you think about what they said, and you try to put yourself in their shoes, and then you speak, it makes a world of a difference. And then sometimes we do like a talking stick. So if I have the talking stick, you better not interrupt me.
That's awesome.
You know?
That's awesome. Yeah.
So it's just chemistry,
Yeah.
conversation.
That's awesome.
And yeah, like you said, it sets the pace for the whole day.
Right, right. Nah, it's actually a thing that that breaks a lot of people up.
Going to bed angry.
Communicating. Yeah, like my lady said, going to bed angry. Just not talking. You know, communication. What I've learned is key, and just not communicating, but knowing how to communicate.
Yes.
And being able, like you said, being able to put yourself into the person's shoes. Because some of us, our mind runs 100,000 miles per hour. We're just like, Alright,
I won't admit it, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Okay, hey honey, I'm gonna be truthful.
right. And that makes and breaks your relationship, honestly. And with that, you just consistency. You have to stay consistent with that. Being consistent with your communication. One thing, like you said, one thing I find myself doing is assuming things, right? That's what we found ourselves doing at first. When we first met, we assumed about, hey, he wouldn't care about this if I do this. He wouldn't care, she wouldn't care about this if I do that, And it's like, well, you wouldn't care about it, but then the next person will, secretly. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's really beautiful. I think that's something that a lot of people needs to learn from and know their partner. Stop assuming shit. Because it's not cute. It's not cute. It is not cute.
My mom always used this parable. She said, the monkey thought it was tissue, but it was actually a knife or some kind of needle that he wiped his butt with.
It assumed it was
a tissue,
but it wasn't. It was a blade.
The monkey.
Oh my god.
That's a nice one.
Don't assume, y'all.
So moral of the story: don't cut your ass.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Don't cut your
Absolutely.
ass.
Man.
So, Bless, you have anything to add on to what Dave?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be as corny as he was.
Not gonna be as corny.
Just kidding. I think it's moments where I have a bad day at work, and I just feel like so inadequate at what I do, and he will honestly just be like, you know what? You're really good. Like, you were really good, and these are the reasons that you're really good. And I feel like sometimes as healthcare workers and nurses, right? We don't always get that thank you. A lot of people think that we do, but we actually don't. And a lot of times when we go in and we feel like we're doing all that we can for that person, but yet they're just so unhappy with what we do, that affects us. Like, it makes us feel like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm not being the type of nurse or the type of provider that I should be. Maybe I shouldn't have came into this field to begin with, So I feel like they're like that self-esteem part of things also.
That's good. Yeah, it's always good to focus on the positive things. And like you said, he always reminds you on the things that you did good, that you was good at, that you were great at. Instead of
look at the negative.
Instead of looking at. Next question: what scared you the most in life, and has it changed at all since you were a child?
Oh, that's deep.
That's deep.
I need a sip.
You want the tequila? Do you want the tequila?
I got salt and Patron, man. You take that shot. Yep. So what scared you?
I have mine.
What scared you the most in life?
I have mine.
Your
Mine actually changed from childhood to now.
Go ahead.
When I was little, the dark used to scare me.
Yep.
Because before, when I was smaller, when I was a little bitty baby, 5, 7, the dark used to scare me. Like, I used to imagine the most terrible things. Just be looking at me, when I'm sleeping or something. And then when I got like age 9, that's when I got my 5th sense. So once I got that, then it didn't scare me anymore. So, but now that I'm older, the dark don't scare me anymore because of the Bible, So, but now what I'm scared of is, what am I scared of? I'm really not scared of anything. I used to scare of dying, but it's like, because of the word again, I'm not scared of dying. I actually embrace it, like, this is not the end. So that keeps me like sane. But I don't know what scares me though. Ghosts don't scare me. Monsters don't scare me because.
Anything scare you in your relationship?
No, just like tomorrow if you decide that you don't want to be with me anymore, I'll be like, I'll just help you pack your bags. Because I feel like Okay.
They're gonna be like,
I'm not
alright.
gonna.
Which luggage are we taking back?
Do you want the red or the
You
blue?
want the guy that must go? Bet. I will call you an Uber.
Damn.
Wow.
Oh,
I'm just
Wow. I got you, bro. I got you.
I'm gonna come sleep on your couch.
I got you, bro.
I'm gonna sleep on your couch.
I got you. Wait.
No, that's literally how we are, though. That's literally how we are. We're just mostly like, yeah, you know, we're married and things like that, but you know, nothing really shake us as much that we really talk about. You know, I really focus on. I don't know. Maybe we are still in the honeymoon phase, like a lot of grown-ups say, but I feel like we're on the right path.
Even when my kids don't scare me, because I feel like once you put them under that foundation when they're young, you just gotta trust, put them in God's hand and trust,
Yep.
and you'll take care of them. So, so I'm like, what scare me? Maybe I don't like insects, little bugs. Those just don't scare me. Just freaks me out. I don't like them. That's about it. So,
I still got you, bro.
You still got me? Man, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna come sleep on your couch.
Oh, I kind of skip over my fifth sense, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, I used to see dead people. I'm just kidding. Yeah, we're okay. I did. I really
Why'd you move closer to me? Like, I'm something.
I said you
before you do.
Really?
I did, honest. Oh my gosh,
Really?
yes. I had a fifth sense. Yeah, I did.
Really?
From age 9 to like 12, I had it. I used to just see people like ghosts. Like
She told
I've
me
seen a
that.
few of them. I've seen the good ones and
I
the
did
bad
the
ones.
same thing today. I was like, hey, what up?
Like you will know. I've seen one if I'm just like frozen in place staring at one spot.
But kids are like that though. I feel like kids are way more sensitive than adults. You know, because they're so fresh and so close to that, you know, spiritual world. And so I think they say like older people too are like that too, because they're so close to the spiritual world. You know.
Yeah, but I don't see it anymore because my sister was like, you know, if you're seeing both, it's like I'm gonna pray anyways. She prayed that if it's not of God, it should be removed. So since she prayed that prayer, I haven't seen them because it wasn't of God. So, but I still sense my dad when he was going. So I knew how to calm my parents and my sisters. Because he was holding on because they wasn't ready to let him go. So I had to tell them this is what he wants. So once they were able to let him go, then he left. But I can still sense, but I don't see it anymore. But yeah.
Man, that's some crazy shit. Hey.
Hey. Yo, I finna get that tequila now.
You want that to keep?
Yeah, we're going deep now. Jeez.
That's what Hey Honey would do to you, man.
Hey,
That's what Hey Honey would do to you for sure.
The wine is all gone.
Yes.
Bet.
We emptied
We
it out.
definitely need another one. Alright, so yep. So
It's your turn. You ain't going.
Yeah.
oh, me?
Yes.
Man, shoot. I used to be afraid of commitment. I used to be afraid of committing to things. Especially growing up in a single parent home. Growing up in a home where, you know, your mom and dad split up and they fought a lot, right? So I used to really be afraid of commitment, and one thing I was thinking about today while I was in the shower is, man, you used to love women, right? I love women. I love every type of woman, right? But now it's like, since I've been married, it's like I love my wife. I really do. I genuinely love being with her. I really genuinely love being like her being the only woman that comes to mind, right? But when I wasn't married, it was just like, yes, I will have a girlfriend, but I will also be out there texting, entertaining other women and things like that, and you know, just all type of things, right? But now, like I said, I was in the shower just thinking about it. I was like, man, all you think about now is Jen. Like, why is that? You know? And I think that was something. That was an elevation in my mind. That was something that God was telling me, like, bro, you really grew for being married. So yeah, I was afraid of commitment, but now I really like it, and just like being committed to her, being committed to like me, just little things that I do, little habits that I practice while being with her. Commitment hasn't been a fear for me. It's just been like, you know, man, I can actually do this. You know, a lot of people runs away from things, and I just think to myself like, hey, once you practice it little by little, you know, that's what it is. She's not going nowhere, I'm not going nowhere, we here. We still on this train. So yeah, that was mine.
I knew you were gonna do that. I was waiting.
You're waiting.
Go ahead.
You're a gentleman. He said, go first. We're like, go first.
I don't know. All right. So I feel like again when I was the same as you when I was little, like the dark.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was mainly like my grandma had like this big, like in Africa, there was like this big window. It was a wall, but it was a window. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Huh?
It was like how like your wall is right here.
Mhm.
Imagine just like a window and you can see
man.
straight outside.
Oh, okay.
And I think I was like
Like a
4 or
glass
5.
dome?
Yeah, like and you can just see like straight outside. It was super clear.
Okay.
And I remember one night when I was at my grandma's, I was sleeping in her bed with her, and there was this white shadowy thingy just looking at me. I'm like, hold up. I didn't know what that was. So I'm like, okay, let me just sleep it off, whatever, we're good.
Sleep it off.
Bruh, I went to sleep. Like, you know when you ask your children to go to sleep and they're like, no? I was like, yes, let's do this. So, woke up the next morning. The next night, my grandma's friend came over to visit. You know in Africa, you walk people home.
Yeah.
So we're gonna walk her home. Saw the same thing again at night.
Dang.
So I'm looking like, what is going on? And like since that day, like the dark, I was like, not feeling it. I'm gonna put this light on. Jesus be with me. And then I think don't laugh at me, y'all. I grew out of that when I was 13. I said, don't laugh at me.
That sounds hard.
13. No, seriously, it was a hardcore fear. I always slept with either a TV or a form of light on because I could not, and my door couldn't be closed. And if the door was open, a light in the hallway had to be like on.
Right.
So if I had to like make an escape, it's not an escape trying to figure out how to lock the door.
I'm opposite though. I have to keep my door closed. Because you be looking through the door and you be seeing things.
What's
I'm
coming?
like,
Yeah.
I can do it.
That's why you turn the light on in the hallway.
Nope.
And then just pray to God you fall asleep before somebody turns it off.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
But I feel like as I got older, like mid like high school year, I was losing my mom. That was like a fear, and I thought about it one time and I started crying for no reason. But I think too, like you know, with the current career and stuff, and understanding death and the way it is, you kind of you're okay with it. You come to a conclusion that death is a part of life,
Right.
just like anything else. And then I feel like a fear.
Just not right now.
Yeah, right. Just not right now. Just give me some more years. God, come on. That's
Pray for long life.
Right, exactly. And as of right now, I would say before my relationship with, I'm just gonna be real, okay? Before my relationship with my husband, with Ade, my main fear, y'all don't judge me, was falling in love with the African guy. Y'all, it was a real fear. No, it was a legit fear. Because I had this
African
You
guys
have
are
this
winning.
pre-notion that they can cheat.
Exactly.
They're butter.
Exactly. This pre-notion that they're cheaters,
Right.
they're
Liars.
they're abusers, they're liars. You know what I mean? Just they will try to make you not have your own. And I'm very independent, as y'all know. Like I will get it for myself before I ask anybody. You know, so for me it was like, I don't want somebody that's gonna be like, you know, stay home, cook, clean type of ordeal.
Right.
No, I want you to do the same. So like when I tell people that my husband is African, a lot of my friends give me this look like, I thought you were gonna marry a white man. You know? Exactly. You know what I mean? But it's a matter of I've just come to learn that, you know, God has it may not be the way you presumed it to be, but when God has something for you, he's gonna give it to you in the package that he feels is right. Not in the package that you feel is right. Because I have gotten a different view of African men, especially the new generation. You know, I can't speak for the older generations because I feel like a lot of their mindset is still the same.
Yeah.
Right. But the newer generation is like, okay, well, you know what? That was wrong with me. You know, that was a pre-notion that I probably shouldn't have had because it's nothing like him. You know, if he lets me be independent, you know, he lets me go out, do me, pursue, you know, he's not a cheater, he's not an abuser, he's, you know, like he just marks all the check marks that I thought wouldn't be there.
Yeah, that you can only find a different race.
Exactly, and God knows, y'all, I like seasoning. So, you know, so yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, God knows what you want, so. I always tell myself, never say never.
Yeah, exactly.
I used to say never a lot.
I was gonna ask you the question of why. What made you thought that? Was it like the older generation compared to like the newer, you know,
the newer generation?
Yeah.
I think a lot of the older African generation, especially like the ones that grew up like in the 40s, 50s, 60s type of ordeal, there was this type of African, I wouldn't even say African, because it was a stereotype within that time, because it's not really Africans in general, it's just within that time where women will stay home, the men will go out and bring the money, and the man will come back home, do nothing with the children. The woman will be stuck taking care of the children, cooking, cleaning, and tending to their husband. You know, the husband can't lift the finger. You know, if you go to the kitchen and the husband comes with you, oh my gosh, that is such a taboo. You have to make the plate for your husband. When he's done eating, you have to take the plate, take it to the kitchen, wash it, clean it, cook it, and stuff like that. So it's like, that to me opens a door for abuse. Because as a man, I feel like as men, if you see yourself as higher than someone, you start to belittle them. By belittling them, it starts verbally.
Absolutely.
It can end physically.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
And I feel like that's why I was like, I don't want to go down that road.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that's something actually. One positive thing I took from the older generation is that hard working part, where you said like, you know, they go out and work. You know, that's one thing, you know, I took that was positive from it. Not necessarily everything that I took from, you know, our grandpa, you know, I just took the fact that they were really, really hardworking. They provided for their family and things like that. And that's one thing that I took from them. You know, a lot of people in our generation, that's what they missed out on. They missed out on, you know, the dads. You know, I'm not saying the women can be breadwinner, which, you know, if you two, both of you are breadwinners, y'all win together, right? So what I took from them is, you know, they work so hard no matter what for their kids, for their wives. I'm putting the S to that because my grandparents had more than one wife. So so I absolutely took that from them, was like, you know, providing for my family no matter what it was.
Like, don't get me wrong, like the man is still the head of the household because God put him there. You know, but then it's a matter of not belittling your wife because you feel like you have this sense of power over her. Right, superior. But at the end of the day, it's partnership. You're the head on the neck. Without me, you ain't balanced. You know what I mean? And without you, I can't, you know what I mean? I can't fully function. So you're the head on the neck, but don't treat me like the feet. You know, that's the thing about it.
You know,
exactly.
So.
Absolutely. I didn't take that from them, so
I
just took the hard working part. So then, what scared you the most in life?
That's a very deep question, because now that I think about it, I don't know. And I'm just being honest, I don't know.
That's good.
You're always a positive aspect of life type of person. No, seriously, he is. Like, he's
absolutely.
I don't know.
Absolutely,
it takes a lot to.
Did anything scared you before you met Blessing in life?
Probably not meeting me.
Actually, did any?
Like, you're not finding the right, you know, woman.
Like you'll be single forever, not finding no.
Nah, because I mean, I always remember, I know the plans I have for you, they're plans of good and not of evil. Plans to give you an expected end. So, whenever I'm at a crossroad, I just always remember. It's like, I mean, you can worry all you want, but worrying is just like solving an algebra expression by chewing bubblegum.